We church people over here. Oh, never mind. All right, you got to speak in church. And shout out to Reverend Sent that's gonna come in and drop. I'm calling him Reverend Sent right now because he got his shirt and his towel like he about to preach.
Reverend Sent.
Was it Curtis? Reverend Curtis.
Let's hope not.
Reverend Curtis.
Let's make sure that. I mean,
I don't think he did. I think everything was clean.
Yeah,
this was clean.
Okay.
A bottle of water is $1 at the store, $2 at the gym, $4 at the airport, and $7 on a damn flight. Same water, different price tag. Why? It ain't about the water, it's about where it's at. See, when you feel like people ain't seeing your value, it ain't because you ain't worth much. It's because you in the wrong spot. Maybe you ain't around the right crowd. Maybe you stuck in a place that ain't built to recognize what you bring. So next time you feel underestimated, stop doubting your worth. Ask yourself, where am I standing? Because if a damn bottle of water can be worth $7 just by switching its location, imagine what happens when you put yourself in the right place. Stop settling. Find where your value matches your ambition. And don't waste time trying to convince people who ain't got the vision to see it. Keep it moving. Sometimes you gotta leave to level up. A bottle of water.
That last part is amazing.
Listen, I want a shout out to all my sisters out there. All of my sisters. Because it's really only one color. Brown. If you look at this coffee cup is white. I don't know anybody that's this color in the whole world. Oh, Joseph, you just preached.
It's a couple of them. I don't know. It's
white. I'm talking about white like a piece of paper. It's impossible.
It's impossible. You're right.
Find that. Yeah. We're all different shades, hues of melanin, and I just want to tell you, it's important that you know who you are and that you appreciate it. I watch some stuff on TV that comes on Vizio. I got a Vizio TV and it's a smart TV. And when I don't turn to any channel, it automatically goes to these antique shows where they're showing stuff that look like it's nothing. I'm talking about I seen somebody bring out a cap that looked like this, just a cap. And it was an old Coca-Cola cap, but it was one of the original Coca-Cola caps that had ever came out. Okay. Wow. And they family had kept it. Okay. And they got paid for that Coca-Cola cap. Almost $500,000.
Dang.
Putting it on the auction. And so to you or to somebody else, they were like, that's just a Coca-Cola. That don't mean nothing. Joseph, you don't mean nothing. You ain't, listen, over in Atlanta, they ain't gonna pay you but $1.
I wonder how much this is going to be worth in 20 years.
When I go to Macon, they'll pay me $2. I'm preaching. When I'm in Atlanta, they pay me. I'm listen, MDs and musicians and everybody out there. When I'm in Atlanta, they pay me $1. When I'm in Macon, they'll pay me $2. But God forbid if I go down to Savannah or Albany or Columbus and where they need me really, really bad and they would love to have a musician or MD or a pastor preaching, they'll pay me $3. It's all about location, and location. If they don't value you, Reverend Shawty, if they don't value you, Buki, if they don't value you, Pastor Holmes, if they don't value you, Pastor P and Pastor T, you go and preach in the highways and the byways and whatever. Go into the vineyard and work. Oh, my Lord Joseph, you going to preach. Go into the vineyard and work. And whatever is right, God will pay. Know your worth. Know your worth. And if you don't know your worth, you need to start learning what your worth is. If they kicking you and they stabbing you and they lying on you and they talking about you and they scandalizing you, they don't love you. You need to leave. If they loving on you and they hugging on you and they kissing on you and they can call you on your birthday and they call you, send you text message, good morning. And in the nighttime they text you and they say, have a good night. They like you. They love you. You need to stay around them, Reverend Shawty. Come on, Ed. I done dropped this mic. I done got fire hot now.
Man. Absolutely.
Hey, don't you go nowhere they pay you $2 to play the drums, and then New Jack City willing to pay you 10.
That's why.
No, but that's a sore spot for
that's
him.
That's why I left.
Come on,
Ding. That's why I left.
Don't tell you now. You ain't.
That's why I left and didn't come back.
You ain't here, so we only gonna give you 50 cents.
Yeah, for the ones that know. That's why I left. Mm-hmm. Anyway, bro, you're absolutely right. Wasn't it Jesus that went to his own people and they didn't even receive him?
That's right. He came for his own, but his own received him not. Don't make me preaching here, Ed.
And then he left and went to another set of people, and they believed.
Come on, Ed.
You cannot sit at tables where you're not valued. You cannot continue to allow people to make you feel like you don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the place where you do matter. Go to the place where you gonna flourish. Because obviously some people think that you come a dime a dozen, and you don't. Because God is big enough that he made each and every person, everybody that he made individually, and he made for a purpose with a purpose. So each one of us have a purpose. Each one of us have our own set of values, because look who we were made by, the most valuable person or entity in anybody's life. God made me. So if you don't see my value, he has somebody that will. And that'll preach. Look, that'll preach. Bam.
If you don't know my worth, if I ain't fully potential to you, I might be fully potential to somebody else.
Oh, Lord.
Shout out to Erica Jakes. She said it.
It was good seeing you yesterday, Eve.
Somebody know your value. Know your worth.
Know it. You better know it.
Huh?
You better know it. Like, real talk, man.
Let me tell you something. You know what was really, really amazing, Bishop? Shout out to Bishop Paul Forson, who created it, made me ask to serve down with him down in the Barbados and Caribbean jurisdiction when I was serving under him. I went down there to the Barbados and Caribbean jurisdiction, man, down in Jamaica one time, and I had just gotten divorced, and I had been going through a little low streak, Bishop. But, it was crazy, man. I got down there on the beach, and a sister came up out the water with long locks, and she was the color of these microphones right here. She had grayish blue eyes and pearly white teeth. She got up out that water and threw her head back and walked right past me and said, "Good morning, Black man." I almost fell out. And right then I realized that everybody don't treat you the same.